Good morning from Port Elizabeth. We continue on the topic sport and fitness, and today I want to continue where I talked yesterday about how to get started, your first 2 weeks of training, your first 3 months of training, how you should do it. Have a look at my video and look at that before you look at this one. Today I want to continue on how to continue training, working towards your first goal. Now, during your first 2 weeks that I mentioned yesterday, you will experience, especially after the first day, you will experience stiffness. If it's too sore the next day, skip a day, go for the next one, or go for 3 days, or just go for a week and get it over and done with and rest, and you'll be fine. It's your option, but the big thing with sport and fitness is you have to enjoy it. If the enjoyment factor is not there, you're not going to last long in it. Okay, so now what we're going to do, after the 2 weeks, you train for 3 months, building up slowly, as I've explained yesterday. I'm not going to repeat that today, but have a look at the video. And then after that 3 months, you're at a level of fitness where you can start to think about a challenge, a longer event, time-wise or distance-wise. If you're running, doesn't matter what it is. Look for events in the sport field that you are in. Now, for that 3 months, it is important to increase your training a little bit every week, Work out what is fine for you, what your body can take. Increase your long runs a little bit, or your long training sessions a little bit. But you need at least 3 months now to build up towards an event. Now, if it's events lasting for an hour to 2 hours, I would say 3 months is sufficient. If it's an event that goes from 3 hours to 6 hours or even more, I would suggest take at least a year before you attempt something like that. And the reason for that is simple. Your muscles can quickly adapt to training, but your joints and your cartilage and those things, they take a little bit longer. And especially depending on your age, if you haven't done training for 20 or 30 years, it's going to take some time for your body to slowly build up. Don't overdo it. Listen to your body. If you feel anything, rest. That is the big secret, rest. You won't lose anything if you rest. If you continue, if you've got a pain, you'll end up being off for a couple of months, not being able to train. Now, okay. What I normally do is on an event, a distance, I prefer to go 60 to 80% of the event time in my long distance running. So for instance, I want to do a marathon of 42 kilometers. So I would, in my long distance, run at least between 24 and 30 kilometers for a long run once a week, because I'm attempting a 42 kilometer marathon. And that you do during that 3 months. You slowly work up, start at a 24 and you go to a 30 kilometer. That's always a good indication for your body to get used to that long distance. Now, when I do events, longer events, I prefer to my weekly training, if I total it up. Now, these are just guidelines. You can just follow it. It doesn't have to be that strict. But if I, for instance, do the Two Oceans Marathon, which is a 56 kilometer distance, I prefer to do over 100 kilometers a week training over 6 days, 100 to 120 kilometers a week. That is what I prefer to do. So it's almost double the amount of the distance that I'm going to run that I have to run in a week. That's a very, very good slow build up that will ensure you have an enjoyable race. You can do with shorter, but you will feel it if you don't put in that time. Now, also another thing that I just want to talk about is tapering. Tapering before a long event. 3 weeks is a good indication for tapering. Some people do 2, but I prefer 3. So in my 3rd week before the long event, I do about 80% of my distance the previous week. So if I've been on 120 kilometers, I'll do around about 100, just under 100. My 2nd week, I go down to about 70%, and my 3rd week, I go down to 50 to 60%. I normally train the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday, and then I take off the Friday, the Thursday and the Friday, or even the Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. It's good to taper for 3, or don't do any training for 3 days in your last week. So your last week can be less than 50 kilometers of your distance that you've been done. Now, what you have to be careful, during that tapering, I've experienced normally in my 1st week of tapering, I'm very vulnerable to catching flu, because your body has been depleted and you've trained hard. Doesn't matter how hard you've trained, everybody trains on the same pace, but you have increased your training. you are now very, very open to catching flus and things like that. And it's not nice to go on antibiotics before a race. You'll feel it during the race. So make sure you have this sufficient supplements to boost your immune system. If you want more information about that, I found a brilliant product range that can help you a lot with that, and also an immune booster that if you feel something is bugging you, you drink a couple of those, and it's all natural from food sources, no synthetics, no medicine, no things like that, things that your body can identify with. Give me a call and send me a message, and I'll send you some information on that. But make sure you have sufficient supplements, and also during your training. That will help so much for you to enjoy what you are doing. Thanks for watching. If you find it helpful, share it to other people. Tomorrow I'll talk a little bit more on this topic, and I'll take you a little bit further into the training, and then follow me on Facebook. Have a look at my videos down below. If you find it helpful, share it with people, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.